Yahabashim Yashai Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Barakatham to the Akim Wa Akim out there keeping his word truth in all sincerity, teaching the downfall of Esau, these 2/3, his wicked queendom, and these heathens. I want to give a honor out to the elders and apostles of Men of Valor, GMS, Slack at GMS, Men of Valor, DTA, and likewise men that's out there teaching and proclaiming and prophesying in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. I also would like to give a shout out to the 1/3 men, women, and children that's out here keeping the truth to the best of their ability. And also to the Habaya Shah Dawada. Salaki, let me put on my do not disturb because people just going to keep messaging me and stuff, and I get tired of that, especially when I'm in the middle of this. So, yeah. So, Trump wants to try to cure this so-called infection with an infection. You know, like math says, 2 negatives make a positive. But he wants to give you malaria. Let's see how many people was killed with malaria. Let's see this. The COVID-19 report, that ain't what I'm looking at. Slacking. Has malaria really killed half of everyone who ever lived? Let's look up malaria. He wants to use you. See, this is where things are going to get dumber and dumber. Because if they're going to start injecting people with other diseases, then they're going to have to find a cure for these diseases. And who knows if the COVID-19, whatever they want to call, you know, this plague from the Most High is going to stick to it and cling together with this other disease and make something even worse. And then it's gonna be like, it'll be like I Am Legend. Oh, we cure coronavirus, but then they give you malaria. You know, across Earth's history. Sorry, y'all. Let's do a reading lesson today. Across Earth's history, our planet has been home to an estimated 109 billion human beings. Man, I ain't trying to read all that shit. Hold up. Okay, and according to another, what is it? What the heck am I reading? Repeated factoid. Have all, Slacken, man, I'm sorry. Slacken. Have of all the people who have ever existed were killed by malaria. The worst mosquito-borne illness. Mosquitoes aren't merely annoyances, they are mass murderers. So if half the people that came in contact with this were murdered, then why would you want to inject this into somebody else, especially knowing that it's about to be summertime and the people that ain't going to take the shots, let's say the mosquitoes go ahead and bite somebody and they transfer the malaria to somebody else. Don't they already have a disease that's fucking humans, babies up? What is that one called? The Zika virus. So they want to mix this and then mix that with the Zika. And it, man, I'm just telling you, this shit just like plagues up on plagues. It's like non-stop plagues is going on. I pray Yahweh Shimi Ashai don't allow them to be able to cure this, man. I just want this to get done. You know? Yeah, we've been on self-quarantine our whole lives, you know what I mean? Because we ain't been like everybody else. You know, like the Bible says, if you are of the world will love his own. But because you are not of the world, you know, the world don't love you. You know what I mean? Just, he said, if it's like I messed that verse up, but he said, you know, if the world hates you, know that they hated me first. So, and the servant's not greater than the master. So that's just what it is. But man, I don't understand why they want to use something, even though they said they tried to correct them. So evidently they was talking about it. You know, Trump just be saying shit. You know, he a puppet, just like everybody else. But Trump be just, you know, he be just saying some shit sometimes. You don't know. I like, honestly, like Chief Crazy Braid said from Men of Valor 12, you don't really know what to expect from Trump. You know what I mean? Just grab you a beer, sit down and watch him, because one minute Trump gonna say something, next minute he gonna say something else. Like he keep blaming, he keep calling all the Moabites and the Moabites. He keep calling this the Moabite disease. You know what I mean? Which that shit, the fucking racist as shit. But you know, that's the same shit they do to us. So you know, realistically, you know, who gives a damn? But um, so yeah. Oh, there we go. That's funny because we was just talking about the Zika virus. If you scroll down right under the red words, this is not Yahweh speaking. This is not the Bible. So it says West Nile virus, various kinds of encephalitis, dengue fever, yellow fever, and Zika virus. For example, however, the damage wrought by all of these diseases is pendling in comparison to malaria, causing fever, tiredness, vomiting, headaches, and seizures. It struck 216 million people in 2016 alone, resulting in between 445,000 to 731,000 deaths. Believe it or not, that's an improvement over past few years. In 2000, there were 262 million cases, resulting in at least 839,000 deaths. So you want to inject people with this, right? With malaria. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? That's kind of like on that World War Z, man. I'm telling you, and they was like, fucking inject everybody with hepatitis or whatever the heck they use to cure or to be a camouflage. Which this doesn't even make sense, man, because they got a rabies out. Let me show you, man. I don't even know how to spell it. Rabies, you know, it's rabies 2020. Let's talk about this rabies. I've been telling people they got this rabies out. So this is the one we really need to see. Infectious agents. Rabies is fatal, acute, progressive. Fuck, man, I hate these medical words. Encephaloma elititis caused by neurotrophic versus in the family. Man, I ain't even gonna say that. Rob, Rob, damn, man, Rob Dove, read it. So like, I'm sorry. I don't know, man. I ain't really. Damn, man. I ain't even trying to go all these words. Y'all could read it yourself. But you know, the transmission is the normal and most successful mode of transmission is inculation of saliva from a bite of a rabid animal. But they have a new rabies out, man. I'm telling you, I'm trying to find what it is. Let me find this because I mean, they got this rabies out, man. Once you bitten by this, you ain't healing. You know what I mean? You're dying. So, all right, during each year, scientists, the CDC, Center of Disease Control and Prevention. I don't know. It don't say no prevention. There ain't no P up on it. Center of Disease Control. There's no P. You know what I mean? During 2017, the state of Puerto Rico reported 4,454 cases of rabies in animals, 2 human rabies cases to the CDC. Total number reported cases decreases by 9.8% compared with 2016, 4,910 rabied animals and 0 human cases. They have, man, I don't know. Man, let me find this, man. I'm telling you, there's a new rabies out. There we go. Orange County. I'm telling you, they got this rabies out. And that's in a skunk. That should look fucking horrible. Orange County received second positive rabies case 2020. I'm telling you, once this rabies gets up, because I was talking about the coronavirus last year or something, but I'm telling you, man, this rabies, if this rabies gets out like what I'm thinking it's supposed to do, that's gonna be all hell breaking loose. Second case of rabies in 2020. This was February 5th. I'm telling you, this rabies, man. this is something that you should look for. That I believe that's going to be a big, a big plague that's coming. You know, because once people start biting each other, this is gonna be worse than that bath salt. You know what I mean? People gonna start. Look, Polk County, they got rabies too. I'm telling you, these rabies is popping up because remember, everything has to go against, has to go against Esau. You know, everything has to turn, so the animals got to turn. So this rabies is gonna be a big ordeal. It really is. It really is. This rabies has to be a big ordeal. Jefferson County, rabies. You know what I mean? This rabies. This is the thing that people aren't talking about. You know. I'm trying to find this truth, man. They ain't really trying to say. Epidemic ventures, human rabies cases in Bangladesh. This was published in 2020. I'm just saying, how do humans act? It's like when, yep, there we go. Let's get it. They already know. So that means for it to pop up like that, other people are actually investigating this, because I'm telling you, this rabies is not a joke. See, they keep trying to cover it up with this COVID-19. I'm telling you, this rabies is coming, man, and it's gonna destroy some people. Just imagine people biting each other. Man, it's gonna be like some fucking zombies out here. Rabies is serious but fairly rare disease. It is a virus transmitted. Well, you know how it's transmitted from getting bit. There we go. I ain't gonna read all that. Man, I ain't trying to be like, what is rabies? I'm trying to show you what happens if a human gets rabies. Raises that aggression. Rabies is, we already know it's a viral disease, but how does rabies cause aggression? That's what I'm saying, man. Just imagine a bunch of wild niggas running around with rabies, man. I'm just saying. Watch this rabies run. Watch, these animals got to change. You know what I mean? Because the animals have to get aggressive too. You know what I mean? The animals are gonna have to start attacking people. It has to. It has to happen. You know. What happened in the last plagues? Animals was attacking each other, or people. They was dying off. Firstborn children dying. The locust plagues, alligators, frogs, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? The plagues has gotta come. So you gotta think, what are these other animals gonna do? They're gonna start messing with people, man. I'm telling you. Just let a case of rabies get out. Let it start spreading, and let all these homeless people start biting each other. You know how, man, you know how quickly these streets are to be empty. Yo, that's the spirit. That's the spirit, man. But I'm just saying, these rabies is the next thing, because those plagues and pestilence, they coming, and they ain't gonna stop. But you ain't gotta worry, because Yahweh Shemi Ashad, it's like Yahweh Shemi Ashad said they ain't gonna come nigh. Oops, it's like a. This is it right here. This is Psalm 91:7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. I said nigh thee, so like it. Nigh thee. So it ain't gonna come near you. You ain't got a trip, man. It's gonna be just like on that scene of World War Z, because even though I did a video like that the other yesterday, I was watching all the zombies ran by this homeless Jake that was drinking wine. So you ain't gonna have to worry. You ain't gonna have to worry. How about Shimmy and Shai gonna have them angels on you, and you got that mark up on your forehead. You ain't gonna be getting touched anyway. So that's it. I'm just gonna keep that short. Shalom. How about Shimmy and Shai?